Season 2, Episode 2 of Star Trek Picard is titled Penance, and it was amazing. I literally can't even right now. Just FYI, this is going to be a spoilery review of the episode, so if you are not wanting spoilers, you may want to click away or come back after you've watched the episode. So, season 2 of Star Trek Picard has officially been out for a couple of weeks now, starting with episode 1 last week and now episode 2 this week, titled Penance. And essentially, this episode showcases the result of what Q ultimately does at the end of the first episode. So Q being, the omnipotent trickster character, which we saw established in Star Trek The Next Generation and subsequent other Star Trek series. So we see that he has, for some reason, transferred Picard and the other main characters to this alternate reality where the Earth has turned into this totalitarian regime where Picard is essentially this dictatorial general and Seven of Nine is this dictatorial president of the Confederation, which is what the Federation is now called. And I think what was interesting about this episode, obviously most of this episode revolved around all of our main characters being transferred to this alternate reality and, realizing this and understanding what their roles were in this, horrifying alternate reality. But it was very interesting seeing the reaction or the interactions between Q and Picard. I really think that unlike most of the time, there is going to be some sort of significant motivating factor with Q. Now, my big theory about why Q, for some reason, wants to teach Picard a lesson, I think it's going to have something to do with the desperation that Q himself is in. Because at a certain point in the conversation Picard has with Q hollers at Picard, and then Picard's like, Q, you're not well. So there's something wrong with him. So in Star Trek Voyager, as Q is, developed in that series, we see that, his species has kind of, reached this point in their omnipotence and their existence where they are just bored of their existence, right? And it spawns, a war, a civil war in the Q continuum and so on and so forth. I really think that this season of Picard is going to continue that story because Q is going through some dynamic development in Star Trek Voyager. I think we're going to see the result of that here. Somehow the Borg are going to be involved. I'm not 100% sure. But not only did we see Q in this episode, but we also got to see the Borg Queen again. And I really think that there's a lot of things happening, but we've seen with these newer Star Trek series, there's some very cohesive storytelling where everything is pieced together like a puzzle, which I think is absolutely amazing. So I really loved this episode. I think that it was very suspenseful and it really kept me on the edge of my seat. I'm very interested in and eager to see what happens from here on out. We know there's going to be some sort of time traveling component, so I'm curious to see what shape that will take. Anyway, share your thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe to my channel for more. I'll be talking about additional episodes of Star Trek Picard, and I will talk to you soon.